Hello, ladies and gentlemen, Deja Vu here, bringing you another audio commentary. This is going to be the first of two sets from the series between MBC Game Hero and HITE Sparkies. This first game is going to be between C for MBC Game Hero and Yellow arnc for HITE, and the second game is going to be Light for MBC and Lita for HITE. This first map, is going to be on Outsider, TVZ on Outsider, and generally with Outsider we look at it as a Zerg favored map in pretty much every matchup, although certainly Protoss players can play very well on this map, and you will see a lot of Protosses out on it. You occasionally will see Terrans. It's usually not as common. They are definitely underplayed in terms of the three races. They're definitely the least played race on this map, at least in Pro League, just because, well, there are some imbalances towards them. But we'll see what C has planned here today. If he's got some sort of, if he's got a nice little plan here to take down Yellow. We have seen Yellow fail on this map already recently to a Terran player. He lost in the series versus Samsung Khan. He lost to Turn. Who the hell is Turn? I don't know. He's a brand new player. It was Turn's first televised Pro League game, and he just schooled Yarnc. It was not even close, with like a vulture sneak in the back door, followed up by heavy mech, and Yellow just crumbled and died. It was not even close. It was not pretty. This time, Yellow's going to be playing a more established opponent in C. C is one of those guys who's a Pro League monster, just absolutely wrecks people in Pro League left and right all day, every day. But for whatever reason, when the games get big, he fails completely and utterly and can't even compete in Star Leagues. For some reason, he just cannot compete in Star Leagues and just does awful in them consistently. And you know what? His teammate, and then actually in the next set, we're going to see two guys that are pretty much like that, Light and Lita. Both of them play well in Pro League, and both of them do just incredibly awful in Pro League, in Star League, sorry. For whatever reason, they just can't handle the big stage, and it's kind of sad to see, because you know, we always liked seeing big players, big name players, good players play best in the Star Leagues, because that's when you get the most epic matchups. You get your best of fives. You get your the matchups where they're already planned out. You know, when anytime two big players get a best of five and they get to plan it out, that's so much cooler than than just a single set where it's just part of an overall team game, and it's really not the biggest deal if said player loses. So it's a little disappointing that they don't play better in the Star Leagues, but you know, whatever. I guess it leaves the door open for some other players to maybe try and make a name for themselves, or to instead of Bisu losing to, you know, Light or Lita or I don't know, or Effort or something like that, they lose to players like Bogus and Guem Chi and Shine Cal and random stuff like that. Whatever. I guess if he's gotta lose, he's gotta lose. By the way, it looks like Luxury, or not Luxury, that's his twin. Yellow, Yarnc, went for a 12 hatch, and looks like Light is going for maybe a little bit of a bunker rush, maybe? He's just sending out a Marine, gonna try and catch an Overlord. It's not gonna be a bunker rush. It looks like he's just probably gonna do 2 racks, it looks like. Yeah, he's gonna go 2 racks, so this is gonna be interesting. Yeah, 1 racks into CC, followed by the second rack, so no, nothing unusual for him. I'm gonna throw down, try and get some more Marines, start getting an Academy out after a couple rounds of Marines. Get that first medic Marine force, a couple of fire bats, and then maybe try and go for an initial push and force Yellow to throw down some sunken colonies. And if Yellow doesn't, well, then Yellow will be in a really bad spot. And this is very, very standard TVZ. Pretty much any map this will work. Pretty much any map you will see this over and over again. We've got 4 Zerglings out for Yellow. Gonna try and approach the ramp. They're gonna stay at SCV and 3 Marines on the ramp, and there's really no way that he's gonna be able to break up that. So he's just going to morph into layer, going to transition probably right into a Mutalist build. We got the 3rd hatchery down there at the 6 o'clock position. That went up a little while ago. So we're going to see a 3 hatch Muta, most likely. Command center is complete for C as well. So he's going to be taking his second base. And it's all going to get scouted out very nicely by Yellow. That's very important that he scouts out everything. Even though he can probably assume this, it's important that he scouts it out. It looks like Yellow just had his Zergling on hold position and allowed it to get manslaughtered there. We got an SCV for C inside of Yellow's base, and that's going to be a little bit annoying, just because this is going to let C know everything that Yellow does, and this is not something that's good for Yellow. He really should... Where are the rest of his Zerglings? I don't know where the rest of his Zerglings are. He had 4 Zerglings, 1 has died, and 1 is here chasing this SCV. I don't know where the other 2 are. Maybe they're scouting out, maybe... I'm not actually sure. He could probably use those Zerglings to either scout or help take down this SCV. Either or would be good. There's one of them. He also could be watching his back door, watching out for maybe another vulture run by, like Terran did to him. He probably doesn't want to allow that to happen. But I think he knows just by the timing of that command center that this is going to be a medic marine build, at least to start. We've got a bunch of marines coming down with no medics. The medics are trailing behind, but 3 sunken colonies morphing in for yellow, so that's going to be more than enough to deal with this. Really, he could have gotten away with 2. Usually you see the 3rd sunken colony come up because players produce the fire bats in attack, and that's when you really need the 3rd sunken colony. Usually 2 sunken colonies should be enough for a half dozen medic and marine forces, along with whatever zerglings you produce. But Luxury, or Yellow, jeez, I keep calling him Luxury. For some reason, I just keep calling him, well, not for some reason, it's his freaking twin brother. But yeah, I keep calling him Luxury when it's Yellow. This is Yellow arnc. This is fake Yellow. Pounded into my brain. This is fake Yellow. This is not Luxury. Okay. We got a 4th sunken colony coming down as well. Well, a creep colony. Yeah, there's the sunken. So he's really concerned about an initial Prussian from C. Maybe he just really doesn't think that C will go for a long-term game against him, but he's just building a lot of sunken colonies rather than producing any zerglings, and he's just going to be doing this strategy where he holds up, builds a lot of sunken colonies, produces mutalisks behind it, goes for harassive style, and when if C tries to come and counter break, well, hopefully he can. He just has enough sunken colonies to defend. Looks like C is also going to be being a little tricksy. He's gonna, instead of trying to trick a vulture in like Turn did, he's gonna be trying to trick a fire bat in. We'll see how successful it is, how quickly he can do this. And the fire bat, there it is, already through once. And he needs to get through again, and I'm not sure how he's going to. Is he going to build a supply depot maybe and try and sneak his way through that way? Or this could just be a long-distance harassment of the 3rd base. That could work as well, and shoot at the drones over the mineral lines. And, oh no, a drone coming out, gonna see the fire bat. Oh no, don't place the hatchery. Oh, that's just sad. Oh, sadness. Poor Yarnc. Oh well, he should have mutalisks popping out any second, so he can probably kill that fire bat pretty easily. It'll just take him a little bit out of the way and give a few more seconds at least for the turrets to come up. But I think the turrets would have been in time anyways. It's about accurate for C. And we got the mutalisks coming out, catching that fire bat. Gonna catch this SCV as well. And now comes down, we get to see some of Yellow's mutalisk micro turrets will be up in time, at least a few of them. So he doesn't look exactly confident. He got a little gulp there, like he was maybe a little concerned that maybe he might be in trouble here. But he's got his medic marine forces out in the open, catching the mutalisks. Ooh, that's bad for Luxury. Or Yellow, jeez, cannot fix myself today. Jeez, I'm just tongue-tied today. But yeah, catching Yellow's mutalisks out in the open didn't kill any, but definitely did a significant amount of damage to at least a couple of them. See, this one is at least in red, and that's really bad for him right now as he's approaching the turrets and running right into medic marine forces again. Oh, Yellow. That was not pretty at all. That was some bad micro there. And yeah, he's just running right into medic marine, running into turrets, just running into lots of things with these mutalisks, not being very careful with them at all. And unfortunately for Yellow, that could be painful for him. And a hive coming up. We've already got a queen's nest down somewhere, and he's hoping that double gas expansion can come up and help him out and give him enough gas to really produce defilers out extremely early. It can work if you get those early defilers, but you are at a risk because that first swarm, that first defiler needs to be immaculate in order to really defend, because you just